Oh yeah, but I mean every team's got that, and the two Perth teams have it every week. So they do it all the time. So it's just a matter of making sure that we recover well. The boys have pulled up pretty good, so recover well and prepare for the Blues this week. Shouldn't be any issue with that. We just need to make sure we get everything right this week. Oh yeah, it was obviously wet, so the ground was heavy, and it was a contested game, and so it was a solid workout, and we need to play well to win. But you need to do that every week, and we need to prepare well this week and perform with the same sort of intensity against Carlton. The umpire, the department hasn't reviewed the game at this point, so they're still going through the game, which probably opens up a broader discussion, I guess, in the fact that just more resources to the umpires. I think that'd be a really good start. I mean, I think in the end, we're sitting here on a Tuesday and the game's still not reviewed, and we've got, in a broader sense, there's 32 umpires on the list. 27 are available for this weekend's games. 9 games, 3 umpires a game, without emergencies. I think in a broader sense, the discussion should be about just not what happened on the weekend and what we think should happen, or what happened against Richmond the 2 weeks earlier. The broader sense and the discussion should be pointed towards making sure we allow more resources to be dedicated towards the umpires, and it's such an important part of the game. Whether the umpires can become more full-time than what they are, or whether the resources dedicated to them are enough. Such a tough game to umpire, and are we spending enough time looking at that important part of the game is the challenge and probably the discussion that we need to have. I think anything in regards to more coaching, to more technical help, to more on their list, just numbers-wise. I mean, to go into a season with 32 umpires on your list, plus rookies, then to have a few injuries, and we had an umpire here that was crook a couple of weeks ago that actually fell ill at quarter time, had to be replaced by one of the rookie umpires, and it's probably needs to be looked at as far as, I'm sure Mark Evans is starting to get his head around that now, is to develop and put more resources to such an important part of the game. It's just so critical, and I still think we're catching up with that. Well, I think it was one of the most contested games in history as far as numbers, and it was obviously pouring rain, and there was something like 200 tackles, yet there was only 25 free kicks paid for the game. So I think in a general sense you look at that and you think, well, was that the right outcome? It's not always about numbers, I understand that, but it sort of just makes you reflect a little bit on the bigger issues, and the bigger issues are, in a lot of ways, just dedicating more resources to be able to get it to the level we need to. No, Kurt's not going to play this week. He's got a little bit of bone inflammation. That's obviously the reason why he's a little bit sore still, so he's not going to play this week, and we're hopeful getting after the bye. No issue at all. We fully expected him to play. He pulled up well from the game. He ran here on Wednesday and ran well on Wednesday, so got on the plane. We fully expected him to play. It was just when he started training that, whether it was a flow on from the game or from training, running around on the Wednesday, his knee was a bit sore on the Wednesday, so he's got a bit of inflammation there. That means that it'll take another week or two to settle down, so we're hoping we should be able to get him back for the first game after the bye. Oh, I'm sure he's disappointed and wants to keep playing as we are. I mean, we get him going and you think that he really contributes, which he does, and he's a very important player for us, and then to take another step back with and not get another game under his belt is disappointing for him, but we'll deal with that, and he'll deal with that, and we'll get him back after the bye, hopefully. Yeah, look, he pulled up well after the game. He travelled back with us. He's fine today, so at this stage we'd expect him to play unless anything happens during the week that we're unaware of at the moment. No, Henneberry and Shaw won't play this week either. They're both not going to do much training this week. They'll be hopefully doing some running at the end of the week, at the back end of the week, so we're hoping to look after the bye as well with those two. Yeah, they were. They ran really well. They got some good talent in their list. I think there's something like 7 or 8 top 10 draft picks on their list. You'll look at their game on the weekend, there was Gibbs and Judd and Murphy and Walker and these guys running around Yarran, and they've got some really good strong talent in their team, and then you throw in blokes like Casbolt, who's probably one of the best contested marks in the game at the moment, and Jamison and Simpson and these guys. So they're a good team, and they showed it on the weekend. They ran really hard, and they were able to score pretty freely in the end because of their work rate, and so they're a good team, and they showed their best in the weekend, which is good to see, because you see the opposition at their best, and that's what we try and plan for every week.